I'm the world's most elite surgeon. While others operate with intense focus and nervous concentration, terrified of making the slightest mistake, I can listen to music and tap my foot to the beat, as if I'm putting on a show. Many people call me arrogant and cavalier, yet somehow my surgeries always draw crowds of residents eager to observe. Because while cracking jokes and making small talk, I pull off procedures others wouldn't even dare attempt. And I do it all in the time it takes to play one song. My confidence comes from these hands. These hands that countless people envy have secured my position in the medical world. My name is Stephen Strange, and as a medical prodigy, I became a multi-millionaire while still young. My drawers are filled with luxury watches from around the world, and I own dozens of mansions. Even my everyday rides, the most modest one is a Lamborghini. I have everything others spend their entire lives chasing but never catch. But on one rainy night, I lost it all. That evening, I was reviewing patient reports in my car as usual, completely oblivious to how fast I was going. The moment I glanced down at a medical chart, disaster struck. My car spun out of control while passing another vehicle and slammed into it hard. The massive impact sent me and my car flying off a cliff. The airbag saved my life, but not my hands. My hands were impaled straight through the dashboard, and the crushing pain knocked me unconscious. When I woke up in the hospital, I saw my hands riddled with pins beyond any hope of full recovery. In that moment, I knew my life was as shattered as my hands. During the treatments that followed, doctors managed to save my hands, but even so, I couldn't perform the simplest grip. And all those high society figures who once worshipped me vanished the instant I fell from grace. I sold everything I owned, but still saw no hope. I spiraled into self-destruction, questioning whether my life had any meaning left. Then by chance, I heard about a patient who'd been diagnosed with complete paralysis from the chest down, and somehow he not only walked again, but could play basketball and make difficult layups. I couldn't believe it, but the evidence was right there. When I pressed him for answers about his recovery, he left me with just one name, Kumar Taj. With one last shred of hope, I set out on the journey. But shortly after arriving, I was jumped by some thugs. Just when things looked hopeless, a mysterious figure appeared out of nowhere and saved me. His name was Mordo. With his guidance, I finally reached the legendary Kumar Taj. I thought I'd find the medical miracle I desperately needed, something that could restore my hands. But when I met the Ancient One, my last hope crumbled. She didn't talk about cellular regeneration or anything medicine could explain. Instead, she went on about vague concepts like energy and spirit. To me, it was all mystical nonsense from a con artist. In my anger, I even called her a fraud. But in the next instant, she literally slapped my soul out of my body. I watched my physical form sitting there while my consciousness floated free. In that moment, I couldn't believe my eyes. Even after returning to my body, I desperately tried to convince myself she must have drugged the tea. But the Ancient One wasn't finished. She cast another spell, hurling me into a bizarre, incomprehensible dimension. Colors, space, reality itself collapsed and reformed around me. I kept telling myself it was just hallucinations, but the raw intensity of it forced me to accept what I was experiencing. Science couldn't begin to explain what I was seeing. When I finally returned to reality, I was completely humbled. I understood that magic truly exists in this world. So I dropped all my arrogance and begged the Ancient One to teach me the mystic arts.
Teach me. No.